I go for refuge and turn my light into the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn my light into the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn my light into the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanye joda zoge chonam lo chanju bhadu dane gyabsuch Tage jinso kebe sonam ge dola penjire sanje drupare shu Sanye joda zoge chonam lo chanju bhadu dane gyabsuch Tage jinso kebe sonam ge dola penjire sanje drupare shu Sanye joda zoge chonam lo Chanju bando dane gyabso che Dage jinso kebe sonam ge Dola benjure sanje drupare shu Om ye dharma hetu prabhava Tum te sham data gato hyevatat Tesham chayo nirodha Om Om ye dharma Tesham chayo nirodha Evam bhati mahashamanaye swaha All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes well is taught by the great seer. Okay, we see that some questions are coming on my table. If you have some very serious questions, particularly with bringing the questions during the group discussion, and if you see that collectively in group, you see that some questions can be worthwhile to be discussed in the class for everybody, then you can bring them up, you write them in paper and leave them on my table. Okay, so these questions that I have, they're very good questions. I'll get back to them later. Okay. Okay, now the Boddhicitta teaching. Okay. This for me or for... Not for me. I have this. Who? Yes, therefore this is here. It's for that purpose. Yes, very good. This is from Deepak Segal. This one. Not from you. How was it yours? Okay. It's very useful. Okay. What is this something? What happened? Oh yeah, this question. Thank you. The question is, what exactly is cognitive obscurations? Okay. And one thing that I would suggest is, by the way, first we have to know the question. What's the question? Don't just say what is content obstruction, but then people say very easily, what exactly is content obstruction? Which means that don't beat around the bush. This is the exactly meaning, don't beat around the bush, be very precise, and then say something which is sensible. You getting it? Okay. So for this, before I give the answer, what I would suggest is that who are in the first group, group A, group 1, raise hands. Group 1. Okay, Professor Roger is there, Dhamala is there. Okay, particularly 2 of them are there. So 2 of them, you must bother them. Group A, bother 2 of them. You're getting it? Group B. Group B. Group B. Group B. Who is the leader? Who is the group leader? Gabor. Raise hands. Group B. Okay, so we have Gabor there, we have Pamela there, bother 2 of them. Right? And the Ilangu, you are there? Not? 6. Okay. So otherwise I was supposed to tell them to bother you also. Okay. Group 3. Group 3. Group 3. Group 3. Okay. Bother Carl. Bother him. You getting it? Okay, now I know that they are under pressure. Okay, group 4. Group 4. Group 4. Group 4. Okay. So bother Venerable, the Venerable Tizuesala and Venerable Chudunla. Bother them. She's pretending so she's not hearing. Right. Okay, group 5. Group 5. Group 5. Group 5. Okay, group 5. Ilengo is there, Lotus there, Devika is there, okay, many. So you bother around among yourselves. Group 6. Only group 5. Okay, Russian group. Okay, so Russian group, the Russian group presents all the Russian speaking, all raise hands. No. Just raise hands, all the Russian speakers. Okay, so I would say that at the moment, you are more with me the last like 1 or 2 years. Some of you about like 2 years. So the best thing is bother Tizrumla and Alexei. Don't spare them. Don't spare them. Bother them. 2 of them. Right? Okay. Now, so what I'm saying is that that these questions, don't think that you'll get the full answer today or in this retreat. And say, simply because you have a good software does not mean that it'll go so well with your computer. Your computer has to be upgraded. You agree? If the computer is 50 years old, it must be upgraded. 50 years computer, the new software will not work. Leon? Right, you agree? What? What is the metaphor for upgrading the hardware? Mike?
Saying that in order to use new software, you need to upgrade hardware. So the metaphor is hardware is our cognitive skills, like how fast our mind are.
Not necessarily fast.
How
intelligence, level of intelligence.
Level of intelligence. Yes.
Yes, so in other words, we need to upgrade our level of intelligence. How to upgrade the level of intelligence? Don't think that some of us may think that, oh, no, now for me there's no hope, I'm not intelligent. No, study more. Study more, your intelligence automatically is upgraded. You're getting it? Don't underestimate your potential. Don't underestimate your intelligence. We all have the seed of intelligence as smart as that of the Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Albert Einstein. We all have that, the seed of the intelligence. The only thing is that we need to make it manifest through exposing them to more studies, more reflection, more meditation, more studies, particularly systematic studies. With the systematic studies, and you see that your heart away, your intelligence is increasing, and then when someone talks about emptiness, instantly, for example, of my teacher, Venerable Geshe, say he is already 96 years old. Professor Roger and Pamela and the Sue and David just recently had the audience with my teacher, Venerable Geshe, 96 years old. You talk to him, you ask all these things. The moment you utter one word, he could see what's going to be a second thought, third, fourth thought. He already sees that. You're getting it? And he will articulate it to you. You'll be thrilled. You'll be just amazed. You'll be stunned. Okay, so this is the training. With training, then your intelligence will keep increasing naturally. So what I'm saying is that keep studying more. We need to upgrade our intelligence. Simply because I ask you what exactly is cognitive obscurations. I ask you, and by the way, there's a rule. What's the rule? What's the rule? Hey, anyone? Punerji, you remember the rule? You don't know the rule. Okay, lucky he did not remember the rule. Anyone? Yulia, you remember the rule?
Если досточтимый Geshe задает вопрос, он не дает на него ответа, он ждет ответа от вас.
If Venerable Geshe asks a question, Venerable Geshe will never give an answer, and we cannot ask the same question to Venerable Geshe.
So we'll ask children, is this your question or is it Geshe-la's question? Oh, okay. Venerable children is smart. Is it not your question? It's not my question, it's a question of everybody. Be very honest. Anybody, whose question is this? Huh? Venerable children is very smart. Anybody else? Be very honest. Whose question is this? Is it my question, your question, or her question? Ilengo is very honest. Thank you. So, no answer. Right? Okay. So you'll not get the main answer. You'll get a clue. I'll give you the clue. Is that when we say that I like the flower, when we say I like the flower, when you say I like the flower, okay, what is this? Flower. And do you like it? Yes, I like this flower very much. When your emotions arise, how do they rise? Initially triggered by a cognitive activity of your mind. Let me repeat it. Your emotions arise initially triggered by the activation of the function of your mind. So what is the cognitive function of mind? Your mind sees the flower. You agree with sense? Your mind sees the flower. So some people who dislike flowers will say, no, I don't like flowers. Some people who like flowers will say, I love it. Like Natasha. Right? You like flowers. She likes flowers. So they say, there's a flower. So first, all these emotions like attachment, anger, jealousy, fear, affection, and caring, and all this arise initially triggered by the cognitive activity of your mind. What is the cognitive activity? Your mind sees the object. It starts from there. Your mind sees the object. When your mind sees the object, there's an interplay between the two. Subject and the object, interplay between the two. That interplay meaning, I want to make it very straight. Your mind sees the object. Is it easy to understand? Your mind sees the object. When your mind sees the object, what is happening? There are two things happening. Your mind sees the object, there are two things happening. One is, the object appears to your mind. So, this, the background information that I'm giving to you, it is in order to give you information to enrich your wisdom, intelligence, to activate intelligence. Then after that, then you should use your intelligence to understand what exactly is cognitive obscurations. So, what is that cognitive activity that is happening in your mind with respect to the object? That the two activities happening. One is the object appears to your mind. Do you agree? We don't say that my mind appears to the flower, which is correct. The object appears to the mind, or the mind appears to the object. Object appears to the mind. This is one activity. So that activity is related to the object. Object appearing to your mind. The second activity. Second activity is my mind apprehends the flower. You don't say that the flower apprehends my mind. You don't say that. My mind apprehends a flower. My mind apprehends this object. So act of apprehension and act of appearance. Act of appearing is related to the object, and act of apprehension is related to the subject. How many of you it becomes clear? Is hence the object appears to my mind. So act of appearance, act of appearing is related to the object, and my mind apprehends the flower. My mind apprehends the object. This the act of apprehension, act of apprehending. Act of apprehending is related to activity related to your subject, the mind. You agree? Yes, Thomas. Mike.
Geshe, is this connected with the 5 omnipresent factors? Object appearing to the mind, is it same as contact? And mind apprehending the object, is it same as attention?
No.
No. So this is different set.
Very different.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay. Now, okay, these two activities, how many of you agree that that's true? Whether I learn Buddhist psychology or not, this is true. That the object appears to my mind and my mind apprehends the object. That I agree with you, essence. Good. Okay. Now, say, when I say, for example, say, the person A sees you. A person A gets information about you that you are a very bad person. You are not a bad person, but the person A got the information from somebody else saying that you are a very bad person. And the person A already created a perception that you are very bad. The moment the person A sees you as very bad. This is what oftentimes happens in the world. How many agree with me in a sense? Okay, so therefore, we need to use your intelligence. Don't just be swayed by somebody else. They feeding you with bad information. No, just use your intelligence. You have your mind's ability to apprehend the object, and your mind also has the ability that the object appears to you. These two things are there. So, what is the mind? Your mind can go wrong. Ignorance is cause of the miseries. So this ignorance, how the ignorance operates is on two. Ignorance or misperception with respect to the error. Ignorance is error. You're getting it? Error with respect to the subject, a subjective error. This is ignorance. So subjective error can happen on two levels. Subjective error can happen on the level of the appearance, and subjective error can happen with respect to the subject. Appearance is the objective function, activity. The error can happen to the appearance level, and error can happen to the apprehension level. Okay, let me give you one example. Let's say that you see in the dusk, there's a rope there, and you see, oh, there's a snake there. You have a fear. So the rope appears to your eyes as snake. If yes, then you raise hand. Yes, it appears a snake. So mistaken, the error with respect to the appearance. You agree? Good. Not only error with respect to appearance, you also believe, your mind also believe that there's a snake there. So apprehension, on the apprehension level also, there's an error. You agree? Resents. Good. So in this case, there's an error happening on the appearance level as well as on the apprehension level. Now let me give an example. How many of you know the color of the snow? Raise hands. Okay. Okay. Where's Rishi?
Yes.
Rishi, is it necessary that you should be at the back to take care of everybody else?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Huh? Is it necessary? Because I want to see you and I want to see your nice hair. I'm not seeing you. So would you mind sitting somewhere here? That'll be good if you want to sit here.
Sure.
Everybody sees you. I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't.
Okay, good. Thank you. Wow. Armin is so happy. So now Armin feels that Geshe is not putting him to penalty. There's another person also. No, true. Okay, so the question is, what's the color of snow?
White.
Are you sure?
Unless like
Huh?
a dog pees on it. It's
Huh?
unless like a dog pees on it.
Okay, real color of the snow.
White.
White. Okay, Nastya.
The snow color is white only if it is pure nature of snow. But we can see
Color it.
dirty snow, it's
Dirty
yellow
snow.
or brown. We can see a beautiful snow in a sunset. It's like it's pink, it's purple. There are so different colors.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So what the Rishi said and what Nastya said is that the real color of the snow is white, natural color of the snow is white, and it can be seen differently depending on the different situations, like sunlight falling on it, say the closer towards the dusk, the sun, the snow white appears as a little golden color and so forth. Otherwise, natural color is white. Raise hands. No.
In the case if we have
Yes, I understand what
red
you're
light,
saying.
like
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
torch.
This is exactly what you were saying. What's your name?
Oleg.
Oriel.
Oleg.
Oria.
OLEG.
I see. Oleg.
Uh.
What Oleg said, what Nastya said, what Rishi said, they're all the same. In a way, what he's saying is that, conventionally speaking, what's the color of this flower? Right? Don't say the color of the flower is not red. Right? People say that go to mental hospital. Other people send you to mental hospital. You're getting it? What's the color of your shirt?
Same like a flower.
Same like a flower. What is that color?
We can say that red color.
Huh?
We can say red.
We can't say this.
Why?
So, you are Oleg or not?
I am agree. My T-shirt same color like as
It's not same color. This is pinkish and this is more the yellowish.
Okay.
It's not same.
Okay. Little different. Okay.
It's different. So the point is that if you say that, what's the color of this? You're getting it? Okay, what's the color of Okay. Okay. When you're hungry, what should you do? Eat food or not eat food? Oleg,
Going to the shop for buy some food, and I will cook in my kitchen.
it may not be food. What you're buying may not be food. It can be atoms.
I need food, yeah.
Huh?
I need food. Okay.
No, this is just bunch of atoms. So if you go like this, then you end up into your own contradiction. You are putting yourself into your own prison. You're getting it? So the good philosophy is what? Finally you understand the philosophy and your mental restlessness, sadness, tears should stop. You're getting it? This is good philosophy. Whereas you study some very complicated things and find your anger arises and it does not help you in any ways, this is a horrible philosophy. You're getting it? So real philosophy is a philosophy which is conformed to the conventional world. If it does not conform with the conventional world, it is not a good philosophy. You may be like, what is that, David Hume. You may be like him, Bertrand Russell. Brilliant philosophers, but if you cannot conform to the conventional world, your philosophy is not at all a good philosophy. You're getting it? You may talk very sophisticated. Your IQ may be very high, but it's not a good philosophy. Good philosophy is you go too deep. At the same time, it conforms to the functionality of the world. This is good philosophy, number one. Number two, so make it very quick. What's the true color of the white? What is the true color of the snow? White. You're getting it? And I know that there's no color with the snow. It's the light falling on it and the light reflects on it. I know all these things. You're knowing this, still I'm asking you, what's the natural color of the snow? White. You're getting it? I know this. If I don't know this, you can teach me. I know this already. I already studied that. Before these two boys were born. I already studied all these things. You're getting it? Still, I'm saying that the true color of say that, oh, this is a little dirty, clean this up. No, there's no white dirty. It looks, the color is very different. No, the color is coming from outside. Don't say that. Dirty, clean this. Don't say light is coming from outside, color is coming from outside. Don't say that. Dirty is dirty. Clean this. Otherwise, people send you to mental hospital. So with this mind, having said this, what I'm saying is that the color of the snow is white. You put on blue glasses. You put blue glasses on. Then you go to the snow. What color would you see? You'll see blue. How many agree with Rishi? Yes. Hey, Arman? Right. Okay. So you see blue. Okay. Rishi will be very fascinated. Wow. I thought they're going to Root Institute. I learned that the color of the natural snow, color of the snow is white, but there's a blue color, blue snow here. Will you see that it's a blue snow, or what do you say? You put blue glasses. You put blue glasses on. You look at Mount Kailash. Oh, Mount Kailash is blue. This very special snow. Or what do you think? Look, Rishi is too gentle. Be very honest. You put on blue glasses. Be very straight. Put the blue glasses on, and then I said, because of the glare, sun glare, don't remove the blue glasses, right? And you look at it. There's no you protect from the glare, but the snow appears as blue. So when you say that, then I said, this is blue snow. What will you say? You don't be too nice on me. Be very straight.
I'd say it's not blue snow.
It's not the blue snow. Then why it appears blue? Why?
Because there's a tint in the glasses.
Yes. How many agree with Rishi? Good. Okay. So with the blue glasses on, invariably the snow appears as blue. Raise hands. The snow appears as blue. Snow appearing as blue, is this erroneous or is valid? Erroneous appearance or valid appearance? Erroneous appearance. So there's an error with respect to the appearance. But mentally, do you agree with the appearance or you don't agree with the appearance? Appearance of the snow as blue, do you agree or you don't agree? You don't agree. So mental consciousness says that the snow is not blue. So mental consciousness does not apprehend the snow as blue. So on the mental consciousness level, so eye consciousness, the snow appears blue to the eye consciousness. Then the information is passed on to the mental consciousness. Let me repeat this very important thing. You're getting it? Very important concept. Say, eye consciousness get information that the snow is blue, snow appears as blue. Then this information from the eye consciousness pass it on to the mental consciousness. A mental consciousness is one who says, yes, it is blue, it is not blue, I like it, I don't like it. This all happening on the mental consciousness, not the eye consciousness. So eye consciousness job is just to pick up the information and throw it to the mental consciousness. And the mental consciousness will decide whether to accept the information or not accept the information. Information mental consciousness gets is that the snow is blue. And mental consciousness says, no, it is not blue. You're getting it? So to the mental consciousness, which succeeds, eye consciousness seeing the blue snow. Let me repeat it. Here the articulation is required. You getting it? We need to remember the articulation. The mental consciousness which succeeds the eye consciousness perceiving blue snow, to that mental consciousness, snow appears as blue. But the mental consciousness does not accept it as blue. So appearance wise there is a mistake. Apprehension wise there is no mistake. You're getting it? So there's a mistake happening on the appearance level. Mistake is not happening on the apprehension level. What's the apprehension? Which says that, yes, snow is blue. This is apprehension mistake, but you don't say it's blue. So apprehension wise, you're valid. Appearance wise, there is a mistake in appearance. You getting it? So mistake happens on which level? Appearance level or the apprehension level? Apprehension level. Very good. Now you tell me, which of the two is easier to be removed? Mistaken appearance or the mistaken apprehension? Raise hands. What do you think? Raise hands. Which is easier to be gotten rid of? Mistaken appearance or mistaken apprehension? Rishi. Mistaken appearance. If you don't remove the glass?
If I don't remove the glass, I'll think it's wrong. It's the wrong.
So apprehension, wrong apprehension is not happening. Wrong appearance still happening.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So whereas when you remove it, appearance, apprehension, wrong, both are fixed.
Mm.
You getting it?
Yeah.
But with the glasses on, appearance mistake happens, apprehension mistake doesn't happen. So which is easier to be removed?
Oh, apprehension then.
Huh?
Apprehension. Apprehension.
How many agree with Rishi's hands? So which means mistaken apprehension is way grosser than the mistaken appearance. Now, how many are thus far happy raise hands? How many are thus far happy raise hands? How many you are still not too sure raise hands? Okay, we all sure? Good. Now, mistaken appearance and mistaken apprehension. Mistaken apprehension is very, very gross and easier to be fixed. Mistaken appearance is very subtle and more difficult to be erased. For example, so your jacket, your white jacket falls in the mud. And first it has a very gross mud. This is like the mistaken apprehension. And then you wash it under the running water, gross mud all goes away. Stains will be left. Stains are like the mistaken appearance. Which is easier to be removed, the gross mud or the stain of the mud? Which is easier to be removed, stain of the mud or the gross of the mud? gross mud. So gross mud is a metaphor for the mistaken apprehension. And this stain of the mud is the metaphor for mistaken appearance. You getting it? So when your mind is mistaken, say now we have two problems which obscure our Buddha nature, which obscure the treasure inside within us, the treasure of ultimate happiness. This is blocked by two mental defilements. One is known as Pamela. One is known as afflictive obscurations and other one is known as cognitive obscurations. How many agree with Pamela? Raise hands. Good. Now we see that, so these two obscurations, they are related to the misperceptions, ignorance. What kind of ignorance? So we say ignorance is related to cognitive distortion. Cognitive distortion is of two kinds. Cognitive distortion with respect to appearance and cognitive distortion with respect to apprehension. Of the two, what we said is a cognitive distortion with respect to apprehension that is way grosser in comparison with the cognitive distortion with respect to appearance. How many agree with me? Raise hands. So, given that, as Pamela said, that our Buddha nature is obscured by these two defilements, afflictive obscurations, yintip, and cognitive obscurations, shitip. So these two obscurations block the Buddha nature inside. So now our job is to remove the two. Just as removing the mud from from jacket. Which of the two should be removed first? Gross or the subtle? Gross ones first. So of the two afflictions, of the two mental obscurations, afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations, which should be removed first? Which should be removed first? The grosser one. Which is the grosser one? Cognitive or the afflictive? Huh? Okay. Afflictive obscuration is responsible for stopping us from experiencing personal peace or fearlessness. Whereas cognitive obscuration is responsible for us from attaining the full awakening. Cognitive obscuration is responsible in stopping us from experiencing the full awakening. And afflictive obscuration is responsible in stopping us from experiencing the partial awakening. So which is grosser, afflictive or cognitive? Rishi. Afflictive obscuration is grosser. So that should be abandoned first. And of the two cognitive errors, which is grosser? Now look, of the two obscurations, Arman, what are the two obscurations? Okay, Rishi, what two obscurations? Afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations. When I give you full, give me also full. Be kind. When I give you full, you also give me full. When I say afflictive obscurations, cognitive obscurations, what are the two obscurations? Perfect. Arman, what are the two obscurations? Very good. Okay. And what is the job of the afflictive obscurations? Chelsea. Nirvana of fearlessness. Afflictive obscurations stop us from attaining nirvana or fearlessness. And cognitive obscuration stops us from attaining sonomally. Cognitive obscuration stops us from attaining full awakening or Buddhahood. Very good. Thank you. Now, on the one hand, we have the two obscurations. On the other hand, we have the two cognitive errors. What are the two cognitive errors, Gabor? Cognitive distortion. I give full, you give me full. Right? It's not only to the young ones, the middle ones also. Older ones may be exception, like me. Middle ones like you have to give me full. So what are the two? Cognitive distortion with respect to the appearance and cognitive distortion with respect to Apprehension. Okay. Now, Igor, tell me, if you can tell me, of the two obscurations, which is grosser?
Afflictive obscurations.
Afflictive obscuration. And of the two cognitive errors, which is grosser?
The one.
Ilengo?
Cognitive error with respect to the appearance.
Okay, now.
Apprehension. Cognitive error with respect to apprehension.
What is my question?
Which was the subtle, which is the subtle,
Okay.
sorry, which is the gross, which is the gross error.
Ilengo is making me think that I might have to go to mental hospital. I do not say this, but he's saying that he's very, what is it? I trust him. So maybe I said something wrong. So I might have to go to mental hospital. Should I go to mental hospital? Ilengo? No. So then what? What was the question?
The question was,
Which of the two
Cognitive.
cognitive distortion is grosser?
grosser,
Which one is grosser?
the cognitive distortion of apprehension.
How many agree with the Ilengo? Okay, now, of the two obscurations, the grosser obscuration and the two cognitive distortions, grosser cognitive distortion, you put them together. Cognitive distortion with respect to your apprehension, that is related to afflictive obscurations. You're getting it? Cognitive distortion with respect to the appearance is related to the cognitive obscurations. This is extremely important information. You're getting it? Extremely important information. Wow, Armin's amazing. He was so stunned. Look at the face, look. There's so much joy there, and look at me in writing. Without looking, he's writing. Wow, that's amazing. Just look at me with smile, with joy and writing. Meanwhile, right? That's amazing. Okay, Armin, tell me, what did you write? Yes. What did you write?
I'm writing about apprehension and cognitive.
Yes.
I'm writing apprehension is grosser and easier to remove.
There is a passage.
Yes. I just-
Okay. That's amazing. He registers everything, and when he sees the later one, very, very interesting, then he found the value in the first one. That's amazing. Okay, Rishi, tell me. What did I say last?
You said that afflictive obscurations were equivalent to a cognitive distortion, cognitive distortion, and then the
Cognitive distortion of?
Appearance, and then afflictive obscuration was equivalent to cognitive distortion of apprehension.
Very
and
good.
The
Cognitive obscuration
cognitive obscuration was equivalent
is related, no equivalent, related
to the
to
cognitive distortion
of.
appearance.
Very good. Very smart. Two smart boys. Two smart boys. Thank you. Okay. Let me repeat it. Okay. So what we said is that with what obscures our Buddha nature, there are two. What is the gross one? Afflictive obscurations. What is the subtle one? Cognitive obscurations. There are two there. Then on the other side, we talk about two levels of cognitive distortion. A cognitive distortion with respect to gross one is cognitive distortion with respect to apprehension, and a cognitive obscuration with respect to appearance. Two. Now the two gross, on the two sides, we have two sets. Of the two sets, match the two which are the grosser and match the two which are subtler. In other words, what we are saying is that afflictive, the cognitive distortion with respect to your apprehension, wrong apprehension, is related to afflictive obscurations. Cognitive distortion with respect to the wrong appearance, that's related to cognitive obscurations. You getting it? Okay, now apply this to opposite of emptiness. What is the opposite of emptiness? What is the opposite of emptiness, Leon? Opposite of emptiness, not opposite of wisdom. Opposite of wisdom is ignorance. Opposite of emptiness is objective existence. Thank you. Objective existence. Now, say you pick up something. Pick up something and show that to me. Pick up something and show that to me. Now look at it yourself. How does the object appear to you? As objectively real or as subjectively real? As objectively real. It appears objectively real. And your mind, does it believe it is objectively real or it is like illusion? You believe it is objectively real. So you have mistake, cognitive mistake, or in other words, you are mistaken with respect to the appearance, wrong appearance of the flower is object real, as well as your mind apprehends the flower as object real. Mistake happens on both levels. You're getting it? So with respect to your mind, apprehending the flower as object real, that is afflictive obscuration. With respect to your mind, object appearing as, the flower appearance object real to your appearing as object real to your mind, that belongs to the category of cognitive obscurations. In other words, what is cognitive obscurations? Is the object appearing as objectively real to the mind, that is cognitive obscuration. And the mind apprehending the object as object real, that is afflictive obscurations. You getting it? You got it? Okay. How many of you did not still get it fully? Raise hands. Armin, you have question or yes?
The object will only appear real to you if your mind takes it as real, right? So
Object appears as objectively real.
only appears to you as real if your mind takes it as real. If your mind believes it to be real, right?
Not necessarily. Say, this snow appears as objectively blue, but your mind doesn't believe that the snow is blue.
Okay.
Yes. Good. Yes, Leon. Leon does not require the mic. Leon does not require the mic.
Yeah, I just clear my throat all the time.
Okay.
Geshe, maybe you will say it later, but I'm asking about your example of
Snow.
glasses is blue snow.
Huh?
I want to ask example of glasses and a blue snow.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that blue snow appears objectively blue is the mistaken apprehension. So
Appearing.
no. We believing in
Yes,
this appearance
yes,
is
yes.
apprehension. So
wrong.
we should know that the snow is white in order to have understanding that this is a mistake, right?
Mm.
So, transferring this example to our practice, only through establishing the emptiness of the object, we can actually understand the mistake of apprehension, right?
Yes.
So we can't find it in any other way. I mean, we can't see it because we will see always the blue snow.
Yes, appearance-wise.
Yeah.
Don't say see, make the use probable. See is there's ambiguity there.
Yes.
So you say appear
Yeah.
or apprehend.
In appearance, we can't find our mistake.
Yes.
Thank you.
But if you know emptiness, then you know that there's a mistake in appearance. But object continues to appear. Although you know it's mistake, still it appears as object real.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Okay. So this is a very serious matter. So in a very loose sense, what we can say, in a loose plus very comprehensively, we can say that what exactly is cognitive obscuration? Cognitive obscuration is the obscuration with respect to the objects appearing as objectively real. That is cognitive obscuration. Cognitive obscuration is the obscuration posited with respect to the objects appearing as objectively real. Let me repeat it. Why I'm repeating it? Because I can see that on Rishi's face. there's little 20% blank. So he's so wonderful. Why is this 20% blank? This is what he's thinking. Yeah. So I'm repeating this for him. Cognitive obscuration is the obscuration. Obscuration meaning mental obscuration. Mental obscuration, mental defilement with respect to the objects appearing as objectively real to the mind. Okay now? Good? Good. Rishi, you must do neuroscience plus this psychology. You getting it? This psychology plus philosophy. Then you can make a good contribution to the human knowledge. What? Neuroscience, this psychology that I'm sharing with you, and philosophy. Philosophy of Arinigarjuna. These three things. You getting it? You can make a huge the contribution to human knowledge. Very precious. Okay. Good. Now children are answered. Done. Good. Okay. Next, we have 6 minutes. Okay. Boddhicitta. Boddhicitta, initially it was taught by the Buddha himself. Initially taught by the Buddha himself. And wherever you go in the world, believers, non-believers, Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims, Jains, Christians, Sikhs, Baha'is, and the rest, the Parsis, non-believers, everywhere you go, you see very compassionate people. Among young, old, educated, uneducated, males, females, males, non-males, females, non-females, everywhere you see good people, but not all good people. There are good people everywhere, extremely kind person everywhere. Believe it or not, this is a reality. Don't think that, oh, it's only in my tradition. My tradition meaning your tradition. Say if you are a Christian, or only in Christianity we have the good people like Jesus Christ. Good people are everywhere. Believe it or not. Good people are born in any tradition. Meaning kind people, compassionate people are born in any tradition. Number one. But when you speak about the kindness and compassion, there are two things. Kindness, compassion, which is naturally demonstrated by young children, boys, girls, whatever, naturally demonstrated, and as you grow older, the person remains very kind. This is one. There's another level of compassion and kindness, which is very different, which is cultivated, which is known as universal compassion, not just compassionate towards immediate people that you meet, but universal compassion. There are two. Second one is cultivated. One is naturally born with. Now, generally speaking, the people with a very compassionate heart, this compassion is very good, but it has a limit. It has a limit. Whereas a cultivated compassion, based on what the Buddha taught, this compassion is extremely expansive. And you can learn it from Jesus Christ also. It's beautiful and expansive. For example, like Ram, say today, how people attract to Ram, this one story. But in the past, the kingdom, the people of the subjects of his kingdom, people just loved him for his extreme kindness and compassion. Amazing. Likewise, Bahula, the Bab, the founder of Baha'i religion, Bahula. You listen to his story. The Bab, who made the prophecy of Bahula. You read his biography. Bab, he was killed with 600, 700 bullets by the tyranny. For him, talking about compassion. For him, talking about human values, compassion, equality, he was killed with 700 bullets. And this great enlightened master, he made a prophecy of the emergence of Bahula. And Bahula was few years older than Bob. Again, you can learn this compassion from these masters. So, compassion, there are two kinds. One which is naturally gifted, and the other one is cultivated. Of the two, the cultivated one is extremely powerful. Those people gifted with compassion, if they practice compassion through the methods employed to cultivate it further, their compassion can really soar like a blazing fire. Those with compassionate heart. So, this teaching on compassion, if you listen to this, we see that there's nothing religiosity about it. It's purely common sense based. It's purely common sense based. There's nothing religiosity there. It's purely common sense based. In fact, I would say that the Buddha taught this, but there's common sense. Any very profoundly sensible people from any religion, even non-believers, they will agree with Buddha. So, the two methods are taught. The first one is known as sevenfold cause-effect method to generate Boddhicitta. The first method is known as sevenfold cause-effect method to generate Boddhicitta. Second one is known as Momo, you don't write? Sevenfold, number 7. Sevenfold, F-O-L-D. Sevenfold cause-effect, cause and effect. Cause-effect method to generate Boddhicitta. Sevenfold cause-effect method. M-E-T-H-O-D. Cause-effect method to generate, to arise, to generate Boddhicitta. To generate Boddhicitta. Second method is known as method of equalizing and exchanging self for others. The method of equalizing and exchanging self for others. Method of equalizing and exchanging self for others. These are two methods. Now, since the time is up, I'll quickly just give you the background information, how these two methods, how we inherited these two methods. So both were taught by the Buddha himself. The first method, the Buddha passed it down primarily to Arya Maitreya, whose statue we can see outside. It must be here also. Oh, yes. Where? Yes, inside. Yes. Wow. So Arman's giving the impression, so what to do, right? I know this somehow, like this gesture. It's amazing. It's natural. Okay, let's stop this digression. So, Arya Maitreya, the first method, the Buddha, they pass it down to Arya Maitreya. Arya Maitreya was the heir of this method, Arya Maitreya. Then Arya Maitreya passed it down to Arya Asanga. Arya Asanga, of course, passed it down to his younger brother, Acharya Vasubandhu. And then, of course, down to the various teachers, like Acharya Dignaga, Acharya Dharmakita, and so forth. Finally, down to Lama Selingpa. Lama Selingpa in 11th century AD from Indonesia. The great teacher, Lama Selingpa from Indonesia. Okay, then from Lama Selingpa to Lama Atisha de Bangari Sri Jnana. And from there, then all the teachers down the line, finally His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and then this is how we got this tradition, the first tradition. The second method, what is the second method? The method of equalizing self and others. Method of equalizing self for others. Method of equalizing and exchanging self for others. Okay. So this method, again the Buddha taught and passed it down to Arya Manjushri. Pass it down to Arya Manjushri. And Arya Manjushri passed it down to Arya Nagarjuna. Arya Nagarjuna down to Bodhisattva Arya Deva. Then down the line, pass down to Bodhisattva Shanti Deva. 8th century AD, Bodhisattva Shanti Deva. From there, then to Lama Selingpa. Lama Selingpa to Lama Adishita Bangari Jnana. In simple terms, in short, we see that there are the two streams of the traditions coming through the Buddha, and then at the point of Lama Selingpa and Lama Atisha, there's confluence of the two traditions. Confluence of two traditions happened, confluence. Confluence meaning merging. Merging to it. These traditions merged at the time of Lama Selingpa and Lama Atisha. So what we got now, we have the two distinct methods, but as individual, as one person, we practice both. We practice both. So today, if you practice these two, we see that your compassion, how it grows. Of course, it will take time. It's not that easy. First, we have to know how to practice. We have to know the steps. So, just, what is teaching the Buddha? Compassion. Boddhicitta. What is Boddhicitta? Compassion. What is compassion? Be nice, be good at heart. This will not suffice. It's too simplistically put. There is way more sophisticated. Way more sophisticated. So, of the two methods, the point of confluence, who was the point of confluence of these two methods? Hey, Yeshu Sonamla, Yeshu Omale.
Lama Atisha.
Anyone else? Alexander, not Alexandra. Alexander. Yes. First Lama Selingpa and then Lama Atisha, right? And then we pass down from 11th century down. Then finally, today we have His Holiness the Dalai Lama as the embodiment of that. Okay, so this is how we got these two traditions. And now we have the confluence of the two traditions within a single individual. So fortunate, we're meritorious that each individual have both the methods to make your practice richer. Okay. So, of the two methods, we will do the second method first. What is the second method? Okay, Natalie. I give you full, I expect full from you.
Geshe, the method of equalizing and exchanging self for others.
Perfect. Method of equalizing and exchanging self for others to generate Boddhicitta. Right? Method of equalizing and exchanging self for others to generate Boddhicitta. We're going to do this method first. Okay. This method has 9 steps. 9 steps. I'm going to quickly enumerate what these 9 steps are. Then we will leave for lunch. Okay, by the way, for information, I don't know, the Pandira will not be too happy that today the lunch is sponsored by Pandila here. The lunch for all of us, who are related to Root Institute for this retreat, and others. There are some people coming from outside also. So, Pandila is making this offering of the lunch for all of us. Okay, so let us pray that his primary working, he is the attendant of the most Venerable His Eminence Chungwa Rinpoche for all these many years, and he is of incredibly great service to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and not only one institution, there are so many institutions that he is helping, supporting. So with this merit, as he wished, may His Holiness the Dalai Lama live long, and that his wishes be fulfilled spontaneously, and also that the most Venerable, His Eminence Chungwa Rinpoche, that then Chungwa Rinpoche is doing a great work wherever he travels. Chungwa Rinpoche stopped the bad practices of the animal sacrifice. Chungurbi stopped on a large scale. Chungurbi stopped all these very skillfully. So these are the, say they pray for Chungurbi's the long life, good health, and that his service to Buddha Dharma continue to flourish, and alongside the reincarnation of the Chungurbi's own teacher, Garambuche, who Venerable Pandela got the opportunity to meet, get instructions, receive instructions when he was just about 14, 15. And Garambuche, I also had the honor of having met Garambuche, and I was with Chungurbiche when we were just, two of us, we were age group. And we were in the same institute, we were together, and just from that age, like age 20, I just used to feel so stunned by the wonder of Chungurbiche's, the futuristic, visionary, the thoughts is amazing. So let's pray for their long life, and also for Venerable Pandela, what he's doing, service to Buddha Dharma, to his holiness, and to many, many places. Let's pray that and he has a good, healthy life, and that his aspirations, service, be uninterrupted, be of great, great, great service to Buddha Dharma. This is our prayer for the Venerable Pandela. Yeah. Okay, so with this mind, let us enumerate the 9 steps, and then we'll stop here. Okay. The first one is equalizing, the step 1, equalizing self and others. Equalizing self and others. Okay, some people don't act smart, just don't talk, write down. Some of you know what I'm saying. Some of you may not know what I'm saying. You're getting it? Okay, there's a reason. Okay, number 1. What are you saying? Number 1, equalizing self and others. Number 2, reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Number 2, reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Number 2. Number 3, reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. Number 3, reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. Okay, if you don't write, you have a problem. Next, I'll ask you. You have to have all the 9 steps on the fingertips. Armin's very happy. Okay. Okay, number 1, equalizing self and others. Number 2, reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Number 3, reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. Number 4, taking the suffering of others with emphasis, on compassion. Number 4, taking the suffering of others with emphasis on compassion. Number 5, giving happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. Giving happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. Number 5. Okay. Number 1, equalizing self and others. Number 2, reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Number 3, reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. Number 4, taking the suffering of others with the emphasis on compassion. Taking the suffering of others with the emphasis on compassion. Number 5, giving your happiness to others with the emphasis on loving kindness. Number 6, the actual exchange of self and others. Number 6. Number 7, special recollection of the kindness of others. Special recollection of the kindness of others. Number 7, special recollection of the kindness of others. Number 8, altruism. Number 8, altruism. Number 9, Boddhicitta. Okay, let me repeat this once more. Equalizing self and others, number 1. Equalizing self and others. Number 2, reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Number 3, reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. Number 4, taking the suffering of others with the emphasis on compassion. Number 5, giving happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. Number 6, actual exchange of self and others. Number 6, actual exchange of self and others. Number 7, what's number 7? Number 7, special recollection of the kindness of others. Number 7, the special recollection of the kindness of others. Number 8, altruism. Number 9, Boddhicitta. Very good. Okay. And so Thomas, let us be patient for the time being. Let me explain all these steps. Then if you have questions, you can bring this up. Or otherwise, if there's something more urgent. Okay. Okay, good. We stop here. Te to om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisvatyatam om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisvatyatam om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisvatyatam. 3 prostrations together.